Hello, my name is Victoria Harris, and I'm going to be discussing the effects of anxiety disorders on middle-aged women. Does life always go as planned? Everything smooth and easy for us? Absolutely not, and this can lead to stress. However, the stress can become harmful if it takes control of our life, leading to anxiety disorders. Stressful situations can include a hectic day at work or financial issues and we're scraping money to pay the bills. It is our natural reaction to stress when situations like this arise. However, we must keep them maintained. There are multiple types of anxiety disorders, such as generalized anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, panic disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and social anxiety disorder. Catherine Roca posted in the Women's Health in 2012 about each of these disorders, and we will now look at them and how they affect middle-aged women. As a child, one is usually stress-free because they don't have much responsibility. Their parents usually take care of this for them. They don't have to worry about a job or providing food for the family, gas for transportation, or any of the other necessities. They're basically carefree. And what, if they do worry, maybe it's if they're going to be tagged by their opponent or if they're going to get a spanking that night by their parents for doing things they weren't supposed to do. Yeah, they're basically living life to the fullest. However, we know that we don't stay this young forever, and with age comes more responsibility, especially for women of middle-aged. Middle-aged women include those of about 25 to 50 years old. They have the responsibility of the family's health, the family's financial status and stability, the family's unity, to make sure everything goes well. And this can become overwhelming at times for sure. When a woman stresses for at least 6 months at a time and thinks that things will constantly go wrong, they may be diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. They may have a hard time concentrating, are unable to relax, and suffer with sleep issues. It can impact their body in multiple ways as well, causing headaches, nausea, sweating, tiredness, hot flashes, and shortness of breath. This GAD disorder develops slowly and can get better or worse at times, according to Catherine Roca, posted in the Women's Health blog in 2012. It is important for one to keep in mind that things aren't always going to go bad, and everyone isn't against them to deal with this disorder. Just as worrying can cause anxiety, so can obsessions, and this is considered obsessive compulsive disorder. When a woman has upsetting thoughts, and in order to deal with these thoughts, do activities repeatedly, they may be diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. For instance, if a woman is constantly worried about germs, she may wash her hands at least 100 times a day. We know hand washing is important, but you don't want to do it too much. This is a common disorder, as it is estimated that 1 in 50 people suffer from it. Symptoms of OCD include development of rituals, constantly checking on others, aligning objects in a certain manner, and cleaning things multiple times a day, according to the Women's Health Encyclopedia posted in 2012. One must be careful with this disorder because the obsessions can eventually take complete control over their life. It is possible when that a woman does become stressed, she eventually has panic disorders or attacks. This is a sudden attack of terror that makes one become weak, sweaty, faint, dizzy, overly warmed or chilled, numb, nausea, and make their heart pound or even their chest hurt. When these attacks take place, it results in a sense of unreality and makes one feel as if they're losing control. When and where these attacks will take place is undetermined, and it can be so serious that one will be disabled after the attack, according to Catherine Roca, posted in 2012. Just as these above panic disorders are scary, so are current situations that people experience in life as well. The things that they go through, such as being in a car accident. Post-traumatic stress disorder follows after a scary incident such as that, and it impacts the person for the rest of their life. I'll give you an example. My mom was in a bad car accident, and it almost took her life. She still to this day remembers the sound of the ambulance, and now every time that she hears an ambulance, it brings back a flashback to this day, and she will begin to cry. This is very common in people that have been harmed or have had loved ones harmed. Women dealing with PTSD will have flashbacks, bad dreams, or frightening thoughts, and this may not show up immediately, but in the future this can occur. It is normal that one will begin to feel numb, tense, guilt, or become easily startled if they have PTSD, according to Catherine Roca in 2012. Lastly, social anxiety disorder deals with one becoming very anxious and self-conscious in everyday social situations. Of course, we know most of us women care what others think about us and are self-conscious to an extent. However, if women let this take control over their life and are always easily embarrassed or worried about being judged, then they may be diagnosed with social anxiety disorder. These women often do not like to be around anybody unless they are our immediate family. When they are around others, they usually begin to blush, tremble, sweat, become nausea, and have difficulty talking, according to Catherine Roca in 2012. It is sad to think that people can be so socially awkward that they cannot go around others because it will cause such anxiety. Unfortunately, people dealing with these anxieties disorders that have been discussed, there is no cure. There are treatments available if one is willing to go get help. For instance, if they visit the doctor, there is medications such as antidepressants, anti-anxiety, and beta blockers that are known to treat anxiety disorders. A therapist or social worker may be recommended for one to go talk to in order to relieve some of the stress or fear. Support groups, exercise, and any other activity that one can engage in to find relief will be beneficial as well, according to Catherine Roca in 2012. Many women suffer from these anxiety disorders, especially during their middle-aged years, because this is when they have the most responsibility, and it is important for them to find a way to relieve this stress so that it does not become a bridge and harmful to their life in a way that they cannot carry out everyday activities. So, let's not stay stressed. Let's deal with the anxiety in a positive way and keep life moving. Thank you.